In 1917, the tiny town of Mansfield, Texas, population less than 700, welcomed one of its most influential citizens of all time, Milton Farr.
He was far thinking. He came in 1917 and he saw what Mansfield needed. And so the first thing he did is he went to the city council at the time and said, let me build you an electric plant, and got the contract to run it for 50 years. He built it on the property just behind this building where the parking lot is today. After that, we need running water. And so he started the water plant, and he built these things himself. Keep in mind, Mr. Farr left school in 3rd grade.
Mr. Farr didn't just bring Mansfield into the 20th century with utilities, however. He brought entertainment, renting out a building on Main Street and opening Mansfield's first theater, eventually named in his honor by the citizens.
The theater was modern for its age. Everything in Mansfield, of course, was a few years behind because we were so far from the main towns that you entertained yourself. He thought it would be great if you had the movies come to town because they were a nice, cheerful form of entertainment. And when Mr. Farr thought the audience was misbehaving, he would actually turn off the projector, turn on the lights, and come and lecture them about acting correctly in the theater while you're watching the movie.
The theater was run by the Farr family even after Milton's death for nearly 60 years. After that, the spot took on a number of different identities. The old Bijou Theater, Church, Main Street Theater, before eventually becoming the Farr Best Theater again. In 2017, a century after opening, the city of Mansfield purchased the theater and began inspiring a whole new generation of performers.
When we started talking about building a community theater, we really knew that we wanted to be at the Farr Best, right? Because it's so quirky, and that makes it so lovable, right? Where else are you gonna get a split stage? It has the red velvet curtains and the seating. And so I really love that we're in a historic theater where it has personality built into it, that then we, as theater makers, get to work with that personality and make it even better.
But day to day, establishing an identity for the Farr Best with modern-day Mansfield was a bit of a challenge.
We've done a lot of things. We've had touring shows come through, kind of smaller touring productions. Those have been popular, but we'd have to sell every single seat in the house in order to make those work financially. We've done local movies, we've done regional acts, and there was just kind of nothing that really seemed to be working. At the same time, we've had like a 62% increase in the number of arts organizations we've had in town since 2017. So there's been huge growth there, and they all need somewhere to perform. And so at the start of the 2022 season, we began what we're calling a partnership program. And so now the Farr Best is home to 11 local artists and arts organizations that present programming here on a regular basis. Those local arts organizations get a lot of in-kind support, because we as a city are generally not charging them a standard rental fee. We're taking a small cut of their proceeds.
So many other rental spaces just aren't affordable. The city makes this affordable for us to use so that we can bring art to this city. And I think that's really critical for our community, for the city, for arts, for culture. We need a space where creatives can afford to be here.
For us as a city, it's reduced our staff costs and our overhead costs significantly. And so we have actually saved a lot of money. At the same time, these groups have filled the theater. We have shows and events happening almost every weekend. We have 324 days of use already booked in 2023-24.
In late 2022, the city also took over operations of the lot downtown and brought this same partnership program to it, already finding success with the Mansfield Farm and Cottage Market. There's been top-of-the-line entertainment in downtown Mansfield since 1917, and with this program, it's not going away.
We've got 2 downtown arts facilities. We've got a burgeoning partnership program and something to do almost every day of the week.
We are making this a cultural destination in DFW, and you're a part of that as a community member.